The Indian Army has neutralized 14 terrorists in the past 96 hours. The Army thwarted the 7th infiltration bid in the Gurez Sector yesterday, taking the toll of terrorists slain in the last 4 days to 14. There is no reason to believe that the Indian Army couldn't have done this before, but maybe the political will was lacking. In the past 9 months since the surgical strikes on Pakistan's terror camps, the success rate of eliminating terrorists along the LoC has gone up. While the Modi government has resolved to eliminate terror in all forms from the country, and with the political resolve and the iron will it now mean endgame for Pakistan? Is it time up for Bajwa and company?
लोग ने जो है अपना काउंटर इन्फिल्ट्रेशन ग्रिड शरद पार से टेररिस्ट को स्प्रेड न कर पाए, उस पर जोर दिया है और हमें इसमें काफी हद तक पिछले दिनों में सफलता प्राप्त हुई।
Let's quickly listen in now to what Prime Minister Modi had to say on terror during the SCO meet.
मानव अधिकारों तथा मानव मूल्यों के सबसे बड़े उल्लंघनकारियों में से एक है, अतः आतंकवाद तथा अतिवाद के खिलाफ संघर्ष एससीओ के सहयोग का अहम भाग है। मुद्दा चाहे रेडिकलाइजेशन का हो, टेररिस्ट की रिक्रूटमेंट का, उनकी ट्रेनिंग का अथवा फाइनेंसिंग का, जब तक हम सभी देश मिलकर इस दिशा में कोऑर्डिनेटेड तथा सशक्त एफर्ट्स नहीं करेंगे, तब तक इन समस्याओं का समाधान असंभव है।
Live with further details on this story, Jai Seelan, it's a big, strong message that the Prime Minister and the government have sent out on terror, and it's of course been conveyed in no uncertain words to Pakistan at the SCO summit, and we've seen it across the border as well in the elimination of several terrorists over the last few days.
Oh, that's right, that's right. In fact, India has taken on terrorism, head on for the first ever time. This was...
Please do go ahead.
This wasn't the case when the UPA was in power. Now, a strong message has really been sent to Pakistan. Yeah, the message has been sent to Pakistan. It's very loud and clear. Do not mess with India. And if you do it, you are doing it at your own peril. And that is what even the Prime Minister has said, reiterating India's commitment to fight terrorism with all its might. And if there is a coordinated effort to eliminate terrorism, then it will be very easy for us to actually do it from the earth, The world will be free of terrorism if only there is a coordinated effort by all the countries to root out terrorism.
Indeed, and of course the strong message that has been sent out, Jai Seelan, by the government that talks and terror cannot go head to head have obviously motivated the army. They're thwarting infiltration bids by the hour across the LoC, Jai Seelan. There have been almost 14 terrorists neutralized, in fact, if we can talk facts, in the last 96 hours.
That's right. Statistics, of course, very clearly prove that India is far, far ahead. If only there is political will to actually take on the terrorists, the Indian army will not be, running short of might. They have been doing it. Earlier, they were not able to do it because, perhaps the political will was lacking. But now the Modi government has given a free hand to the army to do whatever they want. And this has resulted in more of frustration among the Pakistani, the army top leadership, which is where they're resorting to unprovoked firing, unrestrained firing across the LoC. And today we saw the third, ceasefire violation within a gap of 24 hours.
Indeed, Jai Seelan, stay on with us. We're also being joined now by Lieutenant Raj Kadian, Strategic Affairs Analyst on the phone line. Lieutenant Kadian, we're seeing, of course, 14 terrorists neutralized in the last 96 hours across the LoC, successfully foiling several infiltration bids. Is this a strong statement being sent out to Pakistan, our neighbor, sir?
The army has been continually tackling the menace of terrorism, as also infiltration from across the line of control. But I think after the first May incident where they beheaded 2 of our soldiers, the tempo has happily picked up. This was the resolve expressed even by the army chief publicly. And this killing of 13 terrorists in the 96 hours is the result of that increased tempo. I think LoC is now being kept alive and active and hot, which is what some of us had been recommending even earlier. That is the only language that Pakistan understands, not that India is very keen on increasing the tension or the violence, but then you can't clap with one hand. India has tried its best to bring Pakistan around to a sensible course of a dialogue and moving forward on the path of peace and progress. But Pakistan has not changed its colors, nor are there indications that they're going to change. So this violence perhaps was forced on us, and I'm happy that the army is hitting them as hard as we should.
Indeed. Stay on with us, sir. We're also being joined now by General Shankar Prasad, defense analyst on the phone line. General Shankar Prasad, your comments on these successful infiltration, the successful foiling of infiltration bids across the border. It's a decisive message that our government, of course, has taken in their stance with dealing with Pakistan, and the army, of course, also sending out a strong message through these elimination of terrorists, sir.
Essentially, this is a military action. Military action clearly involves the sanctity of the line of control, and to ensure that anyone who wants to cross it will be eliminated. Army has done a great professional job. The only difference, if at all, I'd like to attribute is that even after the incident that has happened in the last 3 or 4 weeks, and there has been so much of criticism of the army chief and a lot of other people about this Gogoi incident, the government has stood behind the military. And therefore, the military is now emboldened to do its military task without any fear. And the task assigned to the military today is to ensure the sanctity of the line of control and to ensure that anybody who attempts to cross will be eliminated. So it's a win-win situation now for India. And I think the Indian Army is doing a commendable job. There's not much politics involved in it. The simple issue is that the Indian Army feels more safe, more protected from the kind of statements that these misguided political leaders give time and time again. And so they're able to do their job without any kind of restriction in their mind that they will be questioned for something that may be really not the right thing to do. So there's a very subtle difference, which is hard to explain actually. And the difference is that today the army is doing a pure, simple military job of keeping the line of control absolutely safe, and anybody attempting to cross it, doesn't matter who, where, and how it is, will be eliminated without the fear of being questioned about it. There can be some excesses at times, so be it. There can be some Gogoi or an innovative incident, so be it. The government now backs the army for its military task.
Do you agree, Lieutenant Qadian, to those sentiments being conveyed by Lieutenant Shankar Prasad? The fact is the government backing the army, gives a free hand to the army, and those, of course, assist in their operations, which leads to successful neutralization of terrorists and successful completion of other operations across difficult sectors.
Absolutely, I fully agree with what General Shankar Prasad has said. Army does not act independently in a democracy. It has to be in the overall ambit of the political direction. And those directions now seem absolutely clear that we should not pull our punches, go hell for leather on anything that comes across the line of control. I think that message needs to be sent to Pakistan. It was long overdue. And I do hope Pakistan, who in the past has not displayed any sustained ability to continue with the LoC firing. Their DGMO is called already twice. Let us hope they see the sense and again appeal for a ceasefire just as they had done in 2003. And then only we should have any reconsideration. Till then we should carry on hitting them as hard as we can.
Valid point indeed. We leave it at that. Lieutenant Qadian, Lieutenant Prasad and Jay Siran, who joined us earlier. Thanks very much indeed. A quick look now at some of the stories.